Are we mad about GMO or are we not? Alright. I don't have time to explain who I am, except that I am a general troublemaker and I am here to talk only about two items. One, what we Canadians are going to do about GMO testing, bypassing the government and all those scientists. And two, this is a political problem. What is happening with this pesticide and GMO is our democracy has been hijacked. How can we take control of it back? These are the only two things I will talk about. First, about the testing. You will hear many scientists on both sides. One will say that this is so bad that we know it is bad for glyphosate or the pesticide that goes with Monsanto's Roundup herbicide, and the diseases are rising so rapidly that some are predicting by the year 2025, 1 out of 2 kids born in North America will be autistic. 1 out of 2. In fact, the scientist is so worried, you can hear them on my blog. If you don't know where to find my blog, please pick up my card at the GE Free BC booth. You can find my blog and all the information. I talk to many scientists of the world and many other important people. They are saying that they are so worried that they are thinking about telling expectant mothers, if you are trying to have a baby, seriously consider one of two options. Number 1, leave North America. Or number 2, go organic as if your life depended on it. Now, I don't have to talk about that. I want to say what we are going to do about this testing. What testing? We are going to test how much of this Roundup herbicide has gotten into our blood, our urine, mother's breast milk and so on. There is a group called Moms Across America that have already started doing that, and they are really rattled because some of the nursing mothers have glyphosate, Monsanto's Roundup herbicide in their breast milk. So they are rattled. We are thinking of, they did about 70 tests with 10 of breast milk, and we are thinking of trying to do 1,000. Why and how? Because we are talking to all the labs in the land to find the best deal possible. And by land, I just don't mean Canada only. It's Canada and USA together. And we are beginning to get some bulk quote for testing your urine or water or soil or your bread or canola and cooking oil for as low as $15 or $16 in bulk. And that's what we are going to do. There are already volunteers coming up from everywhere. We need people from communities to organize. For $15, $16, it's a no-brainer. We can test it. And let the corporate scientists say whatever they want. We as a citizen of an independent country have the right to test if glyphosate is in our food or in our water or in our body. So that's what we are doing. We are leaving all the debate aside. Those that are interested, please pick up a name card, stay in touch. We are getting organized on that. Since the cheaper quotes are in bulk, we need the local organizers to collect all the samples, 96 at a time. So for instance, in Comox Valley, there's somebody over there who is having a booth, agreed to organize something in that island to get 96 samples together to ship it out. Similarly, we need to do all across. There are people in Manitoba, in Prince Edward Island, in Ontario. They're all putting it together, and we shall be doing it here, and I am the man in the middle of it, so please stay in touch. This is as far as testing for glyphosate is concerned. Whether it's good for you or whether it's bad for you, all these scientists, they confuse the hell out of you, but the basic thing is like this. A vast majority of the people do not like pesticide and do not like GMO. It's not a question of debating whether it's good or not. In a sovereign, free, democratic country, it's the majority of the people who should decide what kind of Canada they want, what kind of food you want, what kind of environment you want, what kind of future. And if you do not want GMO, there should be no need whatsoever to debate at all with any scientist. The people don't want it. The government is supposed to be public servant. They are supposed to engage in fulfilling public's wish. When you have a situation when somebody else decides what you should have or you should not have and you follow, that is not democracy, that is dictatorship. So we have to wrench back the control of democracy into our own hands. And there's no need to get into any debate whatsoever about this scientist said this, yada, 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 no need. We don't want it and that's it. Now, how do you control the political process? You know, gentlemen, I was born in India. My parents and grandparents' generation had to fight for their independence. They had to go to jail, they had to follow Gandhi, they had to make enormous personal sacrifices to see India free. And I came to Canada thinking I've come to a free country. But my friends, I've come to understand that this democracy has gone to hell. That is why all this crap is on us and we think we can't do anything. There is something we can do. We can wrench back control of the political process, and that is the second part of my talk. It is not about just bad science about GMO. It's not just about health concerns. Our very democracy is under attack. It is being subverted. It is being corrupted by a handful of corporations. They want to make a mega empire. Let them make it somewhere else. It's a matter of our independence and food sovereignty. It is not all right for me to have the only food I can eat to belong to a patent holding foreign company. It is not all right. And all I have to say to these characters, take your patent, take your seed, take your poison and leave Canada. That's it. Now how can we do that? How do we do that? It is not easy to influence the provincial government and it's not easy to influence the Ottawa government. But it is relatively easy to influence your local municipal corporation. The local government is something that you can influence. It's difficult for the councillors to get away from you. You meet them all the time. They live near you, they live among you. And it's relatively easy for you to vote them out. It is difficult for the corporations to control thousands and thousands of councillors. This revolution has already started in BC. BC is the province where municipality after municipality started voting themselves to want to be GMO free, started controlling if GMO seeds can be sold in their stores or can be grown in their territory. The next speaker is one of the heroes. That's Harold Steves from Richmond, a councillor that started the ball rolling, and then 20 odd municipalities have done that and they are trying to take it national, and that is how it may be done. Why it's taking so much time is because we have a lot of bogus councillors as well. Those who are not fighting for your interest, they are working for the logging company's interest, they are working for the pesticide company's interest, for the spraying company's interest. And how is that? That's because I heard from many councillors, I go to many council meetings, I talk to many councillors. Problem is some rogue councillors get elected, I am not kidding you, with 5 votes. 5 votes. This is not democracy, my friend. This is a mockery of democracy. And how does that happen? Because Canadians are sleeping. They don't go to council meetings. They don't know when they have municipal council votes. And that is how all these rubbish people get elected. We are supposed to engage ourselves, go to the council meeting. They are supposed to have a meeting for public once every month. You have to demand that information. Tell us when you have the meeting and then you attend it. Stop watching TV for once a month at least. You will find out, you will discover which councillor is fighting for you and which councillor is only a talking head and is cutting the ground from under your feet. Your job is to kick those bumps into the Pacific Ocean and replace them yourself if you can. That's how you do it. That's how you wrench back control of the political process. You will be surprised how much powers municipal councils have. And the trend is always trickling down. What used to be the job of Ottawa, the federal government is now often done by the provincial government, and what used to be done by the provincial government is coming down to the municipal level. And finally then you have your own home. You have a right to choose whether you must have poison or pesticide in your back lawn or not. Why? Because you are a citizen of a free country and you have that choice. And the same goes for the municipality, which has a right to decide what happens in it. Friends, that's all from me today. Please stay in touch. Pick up one of my cards. We are getting organized with a nationwide drive to check glyphosate, and there is absolutely no need to talk to any of these rogue scientists. We have to take back our democracy and make this a Canada that we want, not what they want. Thank you.